Hello, it's Amy of Artisan Upholstery Studio, and today I'm going to show you how to close a curved edge using Ply-Grip, otherwise known as CurveEase. So I've got a sofa with a curved back, which makes it kind of hard to put the back fabric on with just cardboard strip. I was able to do the arms across here, but when it came to this sort of severe curve, it makes it easier to use a tool like Ply-Grip. And this is what it looks like. It's got sharp little teeth, so it's kind of scary looking. And it comes on a roll, which looks even more like a torture device. But once you learn how to use it, you actually find that it's very, very easy. And it's kind of like magic to close up your sofa. Each hole in the Ply-Grip gets a staple, and you want to push it right up against the bottom of the piping. And I really do recommend when you're using Ply-Grip that you use piping as well, because it makes the edge a lot cleaner and crisper. You can actually cut this with scissors once you know how long it's going to be. Just make sure that you're not using the main part of your blade to cut it. Cut it from in here. Cut that again. Alright, so now that we have that all stapled on, we're going to close them up. And we're going to wear a glove for this because this is extremely sharp and you can slice your finger. So you don't want to push them all the way closed, you want to push them mostly closed. So I've put a layer of bonded polyester on the back. And now I've got my fabric, which is bigger on all four sides than we actually need it to be. So we will be trimming it down slightly. And always start in the center at the top. You want to take your regulator and push that in between those teeth. You can push it closed with your fingers for now, but we will be using our mallet to hammer them closed. Now, as with anything in upholstery, you want to do all four sides before you do anything else. So I've got my top tacked down, so to speak. So now you want to do your bottom, making sure that your fabric is straight. And then I'm going to just put this on temporarily. And when I do that, I put a staple in on an angle, making sure it goes into the wood. So you can see that the staple sticks out slightly. I think you can see that. It does. It sticks out slightly on one edge. And then the same on the other side. And that holds the fabric in place nice and straight so that when you're working up here, you can safely cut this down to the size you need without worrying that it's going to shift and go out of place. Alright, so we're going to trim this down to the shape of the back, and I use the piping as my guide. So I want to cut the fabric so it's just a little bit beyond the piping. You want about 1/2 inch from the edge here of the metal. Okay, so going along with your regulator again. I always start in the center and then pull it to this side, and then again from the center, pull it to the other side. That way you don't end up with any kind of puckers. And I'm going to turn that down a little bit more there. Okay, so I'm going to take a mallet, hammer that closed. So it looks a little bit wavy, and I don't like that. You can pull the piping out and manipulate it to whatever shape you want. So, and that's better. Okay, so I'm going to pound it down a little bit more. Make sure that it's closed up nice and tight. So now I staple at the bottom. Always start from the center and work your way out. Giving it a little bit of a pull to the side to get your fabric nice and tense in here. If you don't do that, you're going to get bumps, lumps and bumps. So you got to figure out on this side where that back edge is going to be, and I'm going to line it up here, which is the outside of this leg. So there you have the finished back. It's nice and smooth, there's no puckers, there's no lumps. The last step is to close this up with metal tack strips, but I will show that to you some other time. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. This is Amy of Artisan Upholstery Studio. See you next time.